So let's go back to 2018, the era of the red and purple good guys. Some of you may remember how dominant the red and purple good guys were. You would always see cards like Prince Morgan, Otho the Owl, Vanquish, Sir Crimson, Amethyst Twins, Grail, King Kemp, Percival the Pure, Sir Drake, and Alpheus. And the best decks were complemented by two sisters, Andromeda and Aurora. If you had both of them, you were winning a lot of tournaments, but a lot of people had one but not the other. However, this does look like a pretty weak deck now, but back then, that was the meta. But there was one particular combination that completely dominated tournaments: the Prince Morgan, Amethyst Twins, and Grail team up. Sometimes people would use a Warhorse instead of the Twins, but this would still create a power 9 that can negate on a 3 or higher, can reroll once per round, and cannot be negated because of the Grail. So that is what pushed a lot of people to use the red and purple strategy. Personally, I used the red and orange because my favorite card was Odin King at the time. And if you look back at my 8-8 Castle Combat video, that was my old 2018 deck. But the bad guys, they weren't terrible either. You would see cards that you would still see today, like Fail Frostbite, Boglord, Romulus, and Onyx. But 2018 wasn't remembered for the game-breaking team-up. 2018 was the birth year of the best card in Castle Combat, the Queen of Elves Andromeda. Better known as the Negating Andromeda, the strongest and rarest card in the game. This card was so good that it was immediately banned in all tournaments a couple days after its release. This card started the healing concept that you see today. Kid Realm 2020, Quarantine. It was announced that elves were their own color. Many players flocked to the new direction of the elf army. A new meta was born, the elf meta. The elves had some of the strongest commons in the game: the elf magic user, elf healers, and elf swordsmen. However, there was one combo that caught everyone's eye: the elf healer Aurora combo. If you had an elf healer, then you could heal one of the best cards in the game before the battle even began. The red good guys were often combined with the elves, which gave the deck muscle and firepower, with the help of cards like King Crimson, Commander Cardinal, Otho the Owl, and Fireball. But there was one card that put the elves over the top. The only thing that the elves were missing was a general. In comes Cosmos from the stars, one of the rarest shinies at the time. He became the must-have card of the summer and filled a huge hole in all elf decks. However, this meta was short-lived. In the following set, Castle Combat was about to change. In the following set, there was one card that instantly refuted the meta: the Evil Snowman. A card that could change the pace of the game with a single stroke of luck. The Evil Snowman brought an element of chaos that was never seen before in Castle Combat, and in the following sets, the black bad guys became unstoppable. Onyx III, Morgana, Boglord, Shiny Humbug, Romulus, Chancellor Gloom, Void, Oracle, Morgulus, Atlas were the most popular black bad guy cards. However, there was still one card that cemented the black bad guys for good: the Shroud. This card took over tournaments and could knock out any warrior at any given point. His ability to always go first and call out big battles dominated the meta. If you didn't have a Shroud, then you would be at an instant disadvantage if your opponent had one. There was one warrior type that started to dominate Castle Combat: the Elementals. A card that was born in one of the most broken sets of all time, aka the Reality Rift set, was Kyanite. A power 5 neutral bad elemental that can negate on a 2 or higher and can heal any card if it wins, became the missing piece in the elemental healing strategy. Colors comboed with the black bad guys would be purple and green. Some combos that players would use with black bad were the Nightshade and Atomic Skeleton trio, Morpheus, Commander Cardinal, Void, Oracle, and Storm. But the best way to play Castle Combat was undoubtedly the elemental spam heal deck. Decks would include Morcellus, Kyanite, Genie, or Chancellor Gloom, Shiny Humbug, 4 elemental Bog Witches. Sometimes there would be extra layers of healing by adding Mordred or Necrolich. But don't forget about Shroud and Romulus, and of course, 4 Evil Snowmen. The resilience of elemental decks was just insane. If you let your opponent heal even one card, half their deck is back while you're left with your last 3 cards. So to summarize, the black bad meta: elemental spam healing like Shiny Humbug. Removing from game is very common. Normally when games are done, there are more cards that are removed from game than in dungeon. And lastly, the intimidating luck-based cards like Evil Snowman, Boglord, and Shroud. but I do plan on releasing some new Good Guy comics in the future, so keep your eyes out for that. Anyways, that's it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If this video reaches 50 likes, then I will do another video like this in the future. So shout out to my editor Atonks, his channel will be linked below. And that's everything I wanted to say. Make sure you guys leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.